Good morning, student. Good morning, student. In previous practicals, we had discussed two activities. First, that is preparation of phthalic anhydride, and second one, that is preparation of standard solution of ferrous ammonium sulfate. Now, from today itself, we are going to start discussion and demonstration of practicals. Now, first we will begin with the thermochemistry practicals. Experiment number 9. The aim of the experiment is to determine heat of displacement, that is enthalpy change during the displacement of copper from copper sulfate solution by zinc dust. Okay, see, you have gone through the various enthalpies in thermochemistry. So whenever, and electrochemistry also we had discussed, according to electrochemical series, the elements which are situated in lower side of the particular electrochemical series, they can displace the elements from their solution which are present in above part of electrochemical series. Okay, so those particular elements which are having lower standard electrode potential, they can displace the elements with higher standard electrode potential from their solution. So here copper and zinc, if you compare the copper and zinc, the zinc dust having lower value of standard reduction electrode potential or standard electrode potential, and copper having higher value of standard electrode potential. So that's why zinc can displace copper from its copper sulfate solution. Okay. Now what is the enthalpy of displacement? The heat change or the energy or heat evolved during the displacement of 1 mole of copper from its salt solution by zinc is known as enthalpy of displacement. Here the chemical required for this experiment is zinc dust and 0.2 m copper sulfate. The apparatus which we required during the demonstration of practical, during the determination of heat of displacement of copper from copper sulfate, I will show you all the apparatus required. Now reaction, what reaction taking place over there? When you add 1 gram zinc dust in copper sulfate aqueous solution, then zinc displaces copper from copper sulfate solution and form zinc sulfate, while the copper get precipitated over there. Okay, the enthalpy, standard enthalpy of displacement of copper from copper sulfate solution by zinc is minus 217.5 kilojoule per mole. Okay, now next thing which we have to discuss, that is observation table. You can see over here, this is our observation table. During the practicals, what we have to do, okay, that will be clear with the help of this observation table. I will again show you during the demonstration on our handbook how the things to be measured, value should be measured. So let's see the observation table. If you see the observation table, so you come to know that what particular things you have to determine for this practical. First, that is mass of 0.2 m copper sulfate solution is 25 gram. The mass of zinc dust which we have to take, that is 1 gram. Total mass of solution 25 plus 1, that is 26 gram. Then you have to determine the initial temperature of copper sulfate solution before addition of zinc metal, that you have to mention over here, that is T1 degree Celsius. Then you have to add 1 gram of zinc in copper sulfate solution and you have to stir it well. Okay, slowly temperature will increase. During stirring, the thermometer should be inside the polythene bottle, and the final temperature you have to determine, that will be T2 degree Celsius. Then you have to determine the rise in temperature, that is T2 minus T1. T2 minus T1, that will be rise in temperature delta T. And specific heat capacity of water is 4.184 joule per gram degree Celsius. Okay, so this is the observation table. So we had discussed aim, theory, then reaction and chemicals and observation table. Now I am going to demonstrate you the complete practical. Let's see. Now look at the apparatus required. See, this is 100 ml volumetric flask. 100 ml volumetric flask. I have already prepared 0.2 molar solution of copper sulfate solution. So we can easily complete the demonstration in lesser time. This solution will be prepared and ready solution will be provided to you during the practical exam. Okay. Although we have already discussed how to prepare the standard solution, but to save the time during practical exam, this 0.2 molar copper sulfate solution will be provided in the lab to you. Okay. Then we need thermometer to measure the change in temperature. Okay. Then we required a measuring cylinder. Okay. I have taken 50 ml measuring cylinder to measure the volume 25 ml 0.2 molar copper sulfate solution. Then this is polythene bottle. Okay. In your experiment, in your practical book, it is told that it is 2-hole cork. Okay. 2-hole cork is not needed for this polythene bottle. We have 1-hole cork over here. Stirrer is not needed. You can stir this polythene bottle by stirring your hand easily. By only stirring you can dissolve the zinc and copper sulfate. Okay. Then this is 1 gram zinc powder. Okay. Now let's begin the practical. Okay. First I have washed this polythene bottle, measuring cylinder with distilled water. Already I have washed it. When you perform the practical, first you should clean this polythene bottle, measuring cylinder by distilled water. Okay. Now first we will measure 25 ml copper sulfate, 0.2 molar copper sulfate solution in measuring cylinder. While measuring it, you should take care that it should be kept on plain surface. You should not take it in your hand. See, it is exactly 25 ml. Okay. On plain surface you should keep it, and you see that it is a colored solution. When solution is colorless, you have to measure the reading by lower meniscus, and when the solution is colored, you should measure the reading by upper meniscus. When colorless solution, reading should be measured by lower meniscus. When solution will be colored, reading will be measured by upper meniscus. So see over here, the upper meniscus of this solution is at 25 ml. So this 25 ml copper sulfate, 0.2 molar copper sulfate solution we have measured. Now we have to transfer it in this polythene bottle. While transferring the solution, you should take care that not a single drop of solution should come or fall down outside the polythene bottle. Now we will measure the initial temperature of the solution. While measuring the solution, you should keep this thermometer at least for 1 minute inside the solution, so that you will be getting proper temperature of the solution. Okay. Otherwise, student used to do that. They keep the thermometer inside the solution and immediately measure the temperature. That will mean not the correct temperature. So keep it for 1 minute at least inside the solution and then check what is the temperature of the solution. So let's see. Now look at this. This is, you can see the temperature, it is 25 degrees Celsius. See, look at here, this is 24 degrees Celsius temperature. Initial temperature is 24 degrees Celsius. You can see it. Now I am going to add 1 gram zinc in it. Okay. Now I am going to add 1 gram zinc in this polythene bottle, and immediately I am going to close it and we have to stir it properly. The temperature will be increased because it is a exothermic process. So look at, see, in this way you have to stir, okay, and rise in temperature will be observed. See, you can see over here, temperature is raised up to 33 degrees Celsius. Okay. So you can see over here, the initial temperature is 24 and final temperature is 33. Okay, you can see over here it is 30. Now it is decreasing. It's 33 degrees Celsius. Now it comes to 32. Okay. So initial temperature is 24 and final temperature is 33 degrees Celsius. Okay. So 33 minus 24, it is 9 degrees Celsius. Okay. So delta T is coming 9 degrees Celsius. Okay. See, now we will see the observation table. Observation table, what we had determined. See, look at this. This is our observation table. First, that is mass of 0.2 m copper sulfate solution. It is 25 gram. Okay. Second, mass of zinc metal. Second is mass of zinc metal. You can see over here, mass of zinc metal, it is 1 gram. Then total mass of solution is 26 gram. Then next is initial temperature of copper sulfate solution. You should note down over here, we have determined it is 24 degrees Celsius. Then final temperature of the mixture is 33 degrees Celsius. So 33 minus 24. Let's write it. I am writing over here initial temperature of copper sulfate solution T1, that is 24 degrees Celsius. Is it visible to you? 24 degrees Celsius. Then final temperature of mixture T2 is 33 degrees Celsius. So 33 minus 24, what is it? 9 degrees Celsius. Specific heat capacity of water is given, that is 4.184 joule per gram degree Celsius. Okay, so this is the observation. Clear? Again I am repeating the steps. First, what we have done? What we have taken? A clean polythene bottle, and we had taken 25 ml 0.2 molar solution of copper sulfate. Then we have added it into polythene bottle. Then we have determined the initial temperature with the help of polythene bottle. It is 24 degrees Celsius. Then in this polythene bottle we have added 1 gram zinc metal, and then we have again stir the solution and determine the rising temperature. The rising temperature, the final temperature we got 33 degrees Celsius. Then T2 minus T1 we have determined the rising temperature delta T, that got 9 degrees Celsius. Now let's see the calculation of this experiment. Let's see the calculation. See, whatever reading just now we had taken during the demonstration of practical, and whatever calculation I am discussing over here, everything you should note down in your Bal Bharati journal. Okay? And complete your journal, because now we have very less time period available for practicals. From 1st April, most probably your practical exam will begin. Final practical, board practical exam will begin. Okay? When the college will start, then you will come over here and perform the practical. At that time, whatever reading you are getting, you use that reading for calculation. But just now, you should write down the reading what we have got during this practical, during the demonstration, and complete your journal. Understand? जो भी रीडिंग हमको अभी मिली है, उस रीडिंग को सब लिखो और आपका जर्नल कंप्लीट करो, ताकि चेकिंग के लिए आपका जर्नल रेडी रहे. नहीं तो आपको बाद में एक साथ खूब सारा बर्डन आएगा. बाद में जब प्रैक्टिकल परफॉर्म करोगे तो 8 डिग्री सेल्सियस, 9 डिग्री सेल्सियस, 10 डिग्री सेल्सियस या 7 डिग्री सेल्सियस जो भी रीडिंग आएगी आपकी, उससे कैलकुलेशन कर लेना, सेम ऐसे वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करके. पर अभी आपके फेयर जर्नल में डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन में जो रीडिंग बताई है, जो मैं कैलकुलेशन यहाँ कर रही हूँ, सेम वैसा का वैसा नोट डाउन करो और आपका जर्नल कंप्लीट करो. जब भी हम चेकिंग के लिए कॉलेज में बुलाएंगे, उस समय आप वो कंप्लीट जर्नल करके और चेकिंग के लिए यहाँ आना है सबको. ओके, सो लेट्स सी द कैलकुलेशन. फर्स्ट step, that is heat evolved in displacement reaction, is given by Q is equal to ms delta T, where m is the mass of solution, s is the specific heat of water, and delta T is rise in temperature. So in observation we have seen the mass of solution is 26 gram, the specific heat of water is 4.184 joule per gram degree Celsius, and rise in temperature we had seen that is 9 degrees Celsius we got. Okay, initial temperature was 24 degrees Celsius, final temperature was 33 degrees Celsius, so rise in temperature was 9 degrees Celsius. So that value I have substituted in this formula. Okay, so degree Celsius will be cancelled, gram will be cancelled, the unit is remaining joule, so answer is coming 979.056 joule. Okay, now we have to, whenever we are determining the heat of any particular reaction, okay, so generally we are taking 1000 ml solution. Okay, so that's why if 1000 ml 0.2 molar copper sulfate solution we have taken, then it contains 0.2 mole of copper. Okay, 2 molar solution, 1000 ml if you have taken, so molarity of the solution will be 0.2, and that is it contains 0.2 mole solution. But actually during the performance of practical we have taken only 25 ml of 0.2 m copper sulfate solution. So that's why 25 ml 0.2 molar copper sulfate solution contain how much copper, how much number of moles, how many number of moles of copper, that we are going to calculate. So it is 0.2 into 25 divided by 1000. So 25 ml 0.2 ml copper sulfate solution contains 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 moles of copper. So in this way we have first determined the number of moles of copper present in 0.2 molar 25 ml copper sulfate solution. Now we will determine the heat evolved. Okay, when 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 moles of copper are displaced by zinc. Okay, so therefore enthalpy of displacement is delta H is equal to Q, that is heat evolved, okay, during the displacement divided by number of moles of copper, that is 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3. So when you divide it, the answer is coming in joule. It is 195.8112 into 10 raised to the power 3 joule. You know very well 1 kilojoule is equal to 1000 joules. So if you have to convert this in kilojoule, you have to divide it by 1000. So in kilojoule, so the delta H is 195.8112 kilojoule. Okay. Now you know that if the process is endothermic, the heat is absorbed by system and total energy of system is going to be increased. So in that case, because system energy is increased, the enthalpy change is shown with positive sign. And if heat is evolved, means system losing its energy into the surrounding. In that case, in exothermic process, the system energy is going to be decreased. And that's why whatever heat is evolved, when we express it in terms of enthalpy change, we are showing it with negative sign. Okay, so that's why here it is an exothermic process. The heat is evolved. Okay, so this much amount of energy is coming out from the system into the surrounding. That means the energy of system is going to be decreased. And to show that system's energy is decreased, this energy is shown with negative sign. So that's why when you mention the result, when you report the result, at that time you have to mention the value of enthalpy change with negative sign. That's why in result, when we mention the enthalpy change value, the enthalpy of displacement of copper from copper sulfate solution by zinc dust, delta H will be reported with negative sign minus 195.8112 kilojoule per mole. That means this much energy is revolved or released by system into the surrounding, and this much amount of energy system is going to be reduced or decreased. That's why we are showing negative sign. So is it clear why we are writing negative sign? Always remember, if exothermic reaction is there, delta H should be shown with negative sign, system's energy is going to be decreased, and if reaction is endothermic, delta H should be reported with positive sign, indicates that system energy is going to be increased. Okay, so here our 9th experiment of thermochemistry, that is the determination of heat of displacement of copper or from copper sulfate solution by zinc dust, is completed. Okay, you should see when practical will begin, we have very least time at that time. We will be having very less time. So at that time, whatever link we are sending before coming for the practicals in the chemistry lab, you should go through with this particular demonstration and then come over here to perform the practical, so that the time will be saved for the explanation and demonstration in chemistry lab. Okay. Okay, in next lecture we will start the explanation and determination of next practical, experiment number 8, that is heat of neutralization.